Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a beach house build. This build has actually been sitting on my computer for quite a while, but I haven't actually got round to doing the voiceover for it yet. I've been a bit ill recently, but I'm all better now, so it's good. Um, but yeah, finally getting round to doing this build for you. It's it's like more traditional than possibly ones like other builds that you've seen on my channel. Or not something so wacky or weird, but it does have sort of it's maybe not so traditional in like the roofing patterns that I've done and things like that. But this was actually inspired by quite a few pictures that I saw online of different houses by the beach and like sort of traditional ones that have been sitting there for really quite a long time and gotten, worn by the sea and the wind and stuff like that. So that's the kind of thing that I wanted to go for. So I hope you guys like it. Um, but yeah, if you want to see more builds like this in the future on my channel, because I'm pretty sure most of you are subscribed to me for, I guess, my bigger, sort of more wacky builds. But if you guys are interested in more builds like this, let me know and I can do more of them for you. I've been having fun recently trying all sorts of different styles and just sort of experimenting, seeing what I'm good at, what I'm bad at, what kind of things need improving. Just sort of like expanding my skills and getting better throughout, all the different types of styles and stuff. But yeah, it has quite steep roofing on this house and sort of these curves with the circular windows in them. I wanted to do it on the small one as well, but it was hard to fit in because I think the smallest circle only goes on one tile, but there's two tiles in there, and also the to have a sort of archway that's that small. It's not as round as the really big one over there. It's only when you've got a roof that is really quite wide that the roof actually goes fully round at the top. This one it's sort of still a bit slanted on the sides, which is a bit annoying. But I kind of like it. To start with, I kind of make it look good from sort of this angle. Then I realise when you're actually in live mode and the camera sort of brings itself back down, um, it doesn't look as good. So I adjust it at the end to make it sort of look good, so it will look good in the gameplay and also in like the screenshots and stuff like that. But we've got some, I think, really light blue paneling on the parts of the house which sort of stick out, and also the upper floor. But then we've got some really light grey brick on the rest of the house. And we've got sort of a variety of different windows. I've kind of discovered that quite often when I'm doing houses, I can be a bit repetitive with the types of windows, and I do think that there is quite an improvement if you use different types of windows that all sort of complement each other, because it makes the house look a little bit more interesting, as well with making things a little like interesting shapes with like the walls and the rooms and stuff. I went through off camera to sort of sort out the floor plan and stuff like that, to make sure that everything would work, because it is kind of a weird shaped house. I think that when I was playing in it, it was actually quite fun to play in, and it made sense when you were playing in it, and it was easy to play through. But from like initially when you're making it, I think I made it look okay, but had I done it any differently, it would have been quite difficult to be playable on the inside. But yeah, so we put in some the kitchen here, and there's sort of like a little desk area that we're gonna put in, and like so like normal entryway stuff like shoe racks and stuff like that near the front door, and we're just putting on some items on the cabinets here. I think I'm struggling with the plants. I don't know whether I keep them. But we also put in some lights. I also discovered that I just put them underneath, and I was like, yeah, that doesn't matter. It's like under there. And I didn't actually, put it right up to the top of the overhead cabinets. And there was quite a massive gap when you then went into gameplay between the two. So again, I completely play tested it before I uploaded it to the gallery, so all those kind of little things will be fixed. But I try and sort of layer up some glass tables to see if I could get sort of a bigger dining area, but I think we just go with a normal size dining area. I don't think I've used these chairs yet in a build, but I think the combination of the sort of really light sort of beige colour along with the like almost golden brown with the white and the blue is actually a really cool combination. As we've got the cabinets in the kitchen, they have that. There's the painting over there which had that too, and we've got that tying in with the paneling and the brick, and also what have I missed out? The like table area. But yeah, I think everything sort of ties in together, so that's pretty cool. I don't remember if I'm all matchy normally, but I think it worked well with this to have the subdued colours. I actually really like this where it's got like the wood that's been worn down and the brick that's been worn down and things have sort of really washed out, and I really like the aesthetic personally. I remember I went to, I think it was somewhere in Cornwall, and we stayed in a little house that was just like this, and you could see it was up on top of a cliff. It was really, really lovely, and it was very much in this aesthetic which I've put in the house right now. Apart from the bedrooms are a little bit different than the ones that we had in this little house, because it was a sort of villa sort of thing where it was a holiday home. They were really quite plain and sort of blank, so that, you know, not too personalised, but I've made the bedrooms quite personalised. But I fiddle around so much with wallpaper in this room. I wanted to have the sort of things that stick out in the room to be certain colours. And I remember when I was editing this, I saw some of the versions and I thought, oh, that looks really good. And then I saw other ones which I'd actually considered and thought, really? You actually considered using that? Like, I liked the lighter brown wood that I had on there earlier, but we don't actually keep this at all. Even though I like the texture which is on the wood on this one with the nails in, I think it looks really cool. But we change it again. I think we go for the big white paneling that goes sideways. This stuff, we keep that, and we don't keep the blue. I think we change it back to a white or a grey or something. But yeah, I keep having to take out the windows in this build so I can put the curtains on so that they can clip properly, because otherwise they'll clip in a funny place and they'll stick through the wall, so that's not that great. I kind of made a new TV stand with the three different objects there. It's actually kind of weird because they've all got the same kind of bolts and handles and stuff like that, so they were probably made to be used together. And we used some stuff from the movie hangout stuff quite a bit in this build, because a lot of them have sort of pastel colours as well as sort of the bright colours, which is really nice. And they're light blue. And the cushions on that main sofa, the one that we had in the centre of the room, kind of looks like waves as well, which is really cool. I think we put in some more seating in these little bay windows along with the art easel there. We also put in a small kind of gym area, just some gym equipment around by the stairs, as well as a fish tank, which I put in some fish into it. I don't know whether that will be in your game when you get there though. We also do another one of those chairs in another sort of blue and subdued colour. I think the massive rug that I've put in this room is perfect for this build. It's got all the colour combinations that is perfect for it. I remember I was doing, what was it? I think it was the roof cutaway build, and I used the same rug, and I remember saying I've got to make a beach house out of this. So basically all of the interior is based off the colours in that beach rug, or that just rug, but the beach themed rug, I guess. But yeah, taking out the windows again to put in the curtains. But this is quite a big bathroom for a downstairs bathroom, so I know that some people think it's weird to have um, a shower and a bath and stuff like that downstairs, but I've seen it quite a lot in houses in the UK, so it doesn't seem that weird to me to have a big bathroom downstairs, although, quite a few people would say otherwise. We're just putting in a few decorations here, so I put in some lights. I kept thinking that the big space in the middle of the kitchen area, kitchen sort of study area, I thought it was a bit too big and looked a bit weird. But in the end, I just left it because I thought actually having that negative space was actually quite nice. So originally with this children's bedroom that I'm going to be doing, I make it for two beds, but I tried to do the thing which I did. What build was it? I think it was St. Basil's Cathedral, where I make the sort of headboard into a sofa. It's actually really nice for kids' bedrooms because it means that the adult can come and sit and read stories to the kids as they're sitting in bed, which is quite nice. And they can actually still use the sofa. But what we do in the end, we do keep it as two, and then we kind of make it look like that over all that shelfy thing. I'm not sure is like a part of the beds, and it's sort of connected, and there's like a little box of books at the bottom, which is quite a cool touch that kind of looks like maybe that's their bedtime stories. Yeah, they've got a little balcony, and I think I put a little chair out there, and we've got a desk here where I thought they could do their homework, and they've got their own little bathroom in here, and I put in that toilet so that it sort of clips into the counters, so that they still have counter space because I thought I could put like the toothpaste and the towels and stuff like that, but then still have space for the toilet too, and they can still use that and everything, and it works out fine. So don't worry about that. The bathrooms in this build are quite small and quite simple, but I think that's quite common in my builds. I struggle with the double beds and making them work with the sofas because quite often the bedboards are higher than the backs of the sofas. So we actually go for one of these blow up ones, and what we do is we use something on the end to make it look like the backboard. I was trying to use the cupboards so that maybe they would work, or I think I try an ottoman off camera as well, but we end up doing this and we put a whole load of clutter on there, like plants and stuff like that. I thought that maybe it could also be something where possibly it would lift up and then roll over the beds, like somewhere you can put your food and your laptop and stuff like that. But yeah, the sort of style of this room is a little bit weird. We go with sort of old-fashioned sort of things, and I pile a whole load of paintings on the wall. It's a little bit more eccentric, maybe, but I'm not sure what I was doing. I was just having fun. I thought that possibly this wasn't my style for the bedroom, um, but you sometimes have to do stuff which possibly you wouldn't actually have yourself, but your Sims might. So that's the kind of thing that I went for today. So we actually don't keep that chest of drawers, we change it into another desk. So they've got another computer area there. There's also in the master bedroom a little office slash sort of workroom. I can't remember who I was watching. I think actually it was in I think it was Deligracy's new Barbie house, because it was pretty soon after that I actually built this house a really long time ago. I think anyway, and I was quite inspired by Barbie's office. I thought it looked really cool, so I kind of included that area into the bedroom. Maybe you think that would be a bit weird, but I made a divider between the two. So that they would be separated, but I thought it was a perfect place for it, and it actually looked really cool once it was done. So yeah, I'm still on this streak of trying because I'm so bored of the beds. They really need new beds. I'm still on this streak of trying to make the beds with the headboard of the sofa. I have experimented with it since. I tried to see whether you could have a sofa lengthways, sort of along the side. They can still get in on a single bed. It doesn't work. If you put it on a double bed, you can get into it on one side but not the other. They can't move across, which is just a shame. But if you want to use that aesthetic and you want to have a double bed for a room where there's only going to be one sim in there, then feel free to use that idea, because it will add another sort of interest. And actually it looks kind of cool. Like maybe it was a fold out bed, so maybe it was like a temporary room, or maybe you could imagine that it was like a social space and that it would be converted into somewhere where they would sort of hang out with their friends, maybe during the day or something like that. And we put the bright yellow curtains in here. I wanted to use the bed because it had the light wood on there, and that kind of fit in with everything that was going on. And also with the outdoor benches that I put in there, that sort of tied in too. So I then just based the rest of the room kind of off that, so that's where the yellow curtains came in. And we put in some of the same paintings that we had downstairs. We also put in some lights here. I think it actually looks quite cool as an office. It looks really quite professional. So if you do think it's a bit weird that they're in the same room, then feel free to do a wall between the two, but I didn't think it really mattered. I just thought it looked cool as it was, so yeah, we put in a divider, so it's okay. But yeah, just a simple bathroom in here again. There was that weird sort of diagonal space in the corner, so I just filled that up with an area with little towels and things like that. So yeah, that's the divider I was talking about. I really love that divider. I think I've used it in a build that is coming soon that I can't tell you about. But yeah. So that will be coming soon. And we just do a little area out here where there's like a yoga mat and a little radio so that they can dance out there or just sit out there and listen to some music, maybe watch the sunset, something like that. But we put a jacuzzi out here, and we also put out a pool. I think I moved that forward so that we can put a pool in. I kind of play with its shape for a bit. But I think about making it kind of look like an infinity pool, but then I decide against it because I didn't think there was enough room for stairs, and then I didn't want to have a pool that shaped, and so in the end we put it in the corner and we move it across underneath the shadow of the tree there. And we put, I think we put down some decking like I've done on the top there, and we put that around the pool, which you'll see in a minute. And we border it with some flower boxes as well. And I've put some seating area up there too. And taken the same chairs from inside into the outside too. I originally had like a thicker border on the pool, but it kind of made like a really weird like jump from the actual like wooden boards. I guess I could have moved that to the edge of the lot, but I didn't think it looked good. Maybe it doesn't look good as it is, who knows. But I think we're coming pretty close to the end of this build. I just put in a few more things. We put in like a little bonfire out the front and a little seating area. We also put in I've put in some terrain paint to make it a little bit more sandy than it was and sort of blend it in and make sort of a sand path. I can imagine that if you then put this lot onto a different lot, that terrain paint will look weird because I've done it to match up this one. Oh, this is me just testing to see if it would work. But yeah, so you might have to put it on this lot to make it work. But otherwise, I'm sure you can just delete the floor terrain if it's a problem. But anyway, thank you very, very much for watching, and hopefully see you again soon.